Hi everyone and welcome to Maths and Physics with Mr. Simons. Today's lesson on functions or straight line. We are determining an equation and now from a graph. So the more complex variation, this is variation 4 of 4. Right, so we have to determine the equation given the graph. So there they've given me a graph. There's a point at -1 and -4. It goes through 0 and -2, and there's another point at 1 and 0. Right, as you can see there my gradient. If we use straight here by the Cartesian plane, going 2 units up and 1 unit right. Right, so 1 divided by 2, this gradient should be half. Oh no, I'm lying. 2 divided by 1, the gradient should be 2. Always y divided by x. Don't do what I've done now. It's always y and then x, not x over y. So we choose 2 coordinates given on the graph. We have -1, -4, and I have 1 and 0. If you want to, you could even work with 0 and -2. Right now, you see they have labeled. That is x2, that is y2. Therefore, this is x1 and y1. Right? The reason why I'm labeling this is we're going to do grade 10, you're going to learn analytical geometry. We're going to have to get equations of straight lines, work out the distance between straight lines. And most of the time when we mark that, the learners don't label and they go subtract this y value from my x value there and they end up with the wrong answer. So when I say label here, I want to ensure that you're using the correct values. So remember, gradient, change in y over change in x, which means y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2 there is -4. y1 is 0. You see, now I can substitute nicely. x2 is -1. x1 is 1. Right, so -4 minus 0 gives me -4. -1, -1 gives me -2. 4 divided by 2 then becomes 2 because negative divided by negative becomes a positive. So y equal mx plus c, m now equal to 2. So y equal 2x plus c. Right, where does it make contact with the y-axis? At -2. So c equal -2, therefore y equal 2x minus 2. Right, we can also do this vice versa by starting -2, but first I want you to practice and know your basics first. It's senseless I show you a quicker and shorter way to do something. You don't understand how to do the whole problem properly before applying shortcuts. Because the shortcut doesn't always work with all problems. Sometimes I just put in something else in the problem and all of a sudden you end up making a lot of errors. So therefore we must understand the basics. Second problem, determine equation given the graph. So we have this graph that makes contact at 1 and 1. 2 and 0 and 0 and negative, or 0 and 2. It's going 2 units up and 2 units left, so 2 divided by 2, it should give me a gradient of 1, but because 2 is going left, it would be -1. Right, or second to fourth quadrant, normally a negative gradient. Right, so again I choose 2 coordinates from the graph, so here I've used 0 and 2 and 2 and 0. Again, x2, y2, therefore x1, y1. So my equation, gradient change in y over change in x equal y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. So y2, 2 minus 0, 0 minus 2. That gives me 2 over -2, which then becomes -1. Now y equal mx plus c, so y equal, my m is -1x. The c value is going through 2 there, so therefore c equal 2, so y equal plus 2. I hope you followed what I've done. I wish you nothing but the best. God bless. Bye.